I just got this new electric skateboard, my first one ever, and a really great option for beginner and intermediate riders. It's a really fun ride with pretty awesome specs. So let's check out the Outdoor Master Caribou. Hey guys, and welcome to All Aboard. I always love an opportunity to share new and exciting gear I come across. Full disclosure, this is my first electric skateboard. Outdoor Master promotes it as a board for beginners, and they reached out to me and sent me this toy so I can give you my honest review. I'll take you through all the specs, the learning process, the range, the speeds, and the ease of use. So, let's go. So I gotta say, I'm a small rider, and this board feels like a lot. It's 22 pounds with 39-inch long by 9.4 wide deck and kinda cool vintage looking longboard. The deck is super comfortable and robust, made of 10 layers, which makes it a sturdy and fitting for heavier riders. Above all that, Outdoor Master added 2mm shock absorbing foam under the grip tape. Now the deck has a very cool semi-concave design that can help you get a better stability, especially when you go in faster speeds. By the way, the grip tape is white, which looks pretty cool, but it will probably get dirty, but who cares? Underneath the deck, you have a 9.25-inch wide reverse kingpin trucks that feel really stable when riding, but at the same time, once you get used to the board, you can have a really fun carving experience. The board is equipped with 96mm diameter wheels, 56mm wide with a 78/8 durometer, which is great for street riding. It's big enough to handle some rougher sidewalks in the city and with a good grip for carving. The motor underneath is a double 1000-watt hub motor directly built into the rear wheels. Everything is nicely concealed, making the motor simpler, less likely to be damaged, and basically without maintenance. Perfect for beginners and daily riders. The motor is connected to a 346 watt-hour Samsung battery that on paper can range 26 miles. According to the specs, this board can get you to a top speed of 32 miles per hour, which is quite amazing for this price range. We'll check that out in a bit. In the box, you'll find the manual, a Y-shaped tool, super handy to fine-tune the trucks, the skateboard charger, a remote charger cable, and the remote. Speaking of remotes, it comes synced and ready to go. And it's pretty ergonomic, slick, and comfortable. With the ESC system, you have the throttle under your thumb to control the speed and the brakes. So you move it forward to accelerate and back to brake. Overall, it feels really responsive. In the middle of the remote, you have the power button, and under it, the function button. Here, a single click will cycle through the speed modes, and double click will reverse the riding, just in case you want to back up. 5 fast clicks on the function button will take you to basic settings, and 10 clicks will take you to more settings that you can change and very possibly you will never need to. While riding with the throttle active, one press on the power button will kick in the cruise control, which will maintain your speed until any button is pressed again. Pretty cool. A couple of important things regarding the remote. As you're switching mode, be careful not to press the mode button too fast. When you double click it, it goes to reverse riding, and you don't want that to happen when you don't notice it. So that can be really dangerous when you're preparing to go forward and all of a sudden the skateboard will go backwards. Not a good thing. The other issue is you want to be very careful. The throttle is pretty sensitive, and that's a good thing for when you ride. You want it to react as you want. I'm holding a camera, you might be holding a phone. Please don't. There were a few instances that I dealt with something else and I accidentally moved the throttle. I almost flew over because I had an unexpected small acceleration forward, but just because it was unexpected, it could have ended very badly, so just take that into account. Anyway, let's have some fun and test this thing out. Like I mentioned, this is my first electric skateboard, so I wanted to take the opportunity and show you guys how I started. And I got one word for you: slow. I ride my cruiser board almost everywhere, but this is something completely different. Balance would be easier because the base is wide, the deck is long, but you have to be extra careful with accelerating and braking. So grab your helmet and other protection gear you use, go to a quiet area, and start by understanding the amount of weight to shift forward and back while starting and stopping, and how much you need to press in order to carve and turn. It will be very important when you get to more crowded areas. Continue in mode 1 until you feel very confident, and only then start picking up more speed in modes 2 and 3. I mean, guys, this thing is so fun. Woo! If you're just looking for a starting electric board or a board to ride around the city, this is an amazing option, especially considering the price. I'm here on the west side of New York City. The battery is fully charged, so let's go ride. And here are the things I'm looking to check: the overall ride, performance on bad roads and small curbs, accelerating and braking, top speed, handling hills, and the range. Like I mentioned, the deck has a semi-concave design, and now after riding it, I find it super comfortable and supportive. I know some people thought it felt a bit strange, but as a surf skater, I really liked it. I can kind of dig my feet, so it helps me shift weight when I accelerate and brake. As a small rider, it was a bit rough for me to get it to carve, but after riding more, as the trucks loosened up and I got more confident, it definitely got easier. At this point, I'm not going to loosen up the trucks myself, but it's definitely an option. One of the things I didn't expect is that the ride will be so quiet. Other than the traction of the wheels and obviously the noise outside, I barely hear anything, so overall, a really smooth ride. Now, as a newbie on electric board, I was curious to see if I can still use it as a regular board, and I must say, it was just fine. I was able to kick push around the neighborhood, which just gave me the confidence to know that if I want to conserve battery power, or if I run out of battery completely, I can just ride it home. And if both you and the board are out of juice, just pick it up like a longboard and walk the rest of the way home. I tried to find some really bad roads, and New York City does have a lot of them. Bumps on the road, debris that my regular cruiser would definitely not handle, and unpaved areas. Overall, the Caribou handled it really well. As you can see with the hub motors, everything is nicely concealed and you have a good clearance, your board won't get damaged as you go up and down small curbs. The acceleration will depend on whether you're on a flat ground or not and on the rider's weight. But let's do a quick test so you'll just get a rough idea. The Caribou has 3 speed modes, kind of like 3 different gears, each with a different top speed. And you switch between them with a single click on the function button. I'm gonna check the initial acceleration from standstill at 0 to the top speed, and I'll do that in modes 1 and 2. Ready? Go. Top. That's it. So I'm in mode 2 at 0. Ready? Go. That's it. Woo! So there is definitely a slight delay going from 0 to the top speed in each mode. Let's try mid-speed to the top speed in mode 1 and 2. So in mode 1, top speed is 10-11, I'm at 5, and I'm gonna kick the throttle all the way to the end. Ready, set, go. Whoop, that's it. Okay, that was quick. Let's try it in mode 2. And this will take me somewhere between 18 to 20 miles per hour. I'm at 8 or 9. 3, 2, 1, go. Whoop, here we are. Okay, hold on, I have a traffic light. Once the board starts going and you're kicking up the speed, it's fast. Let's try the braking test. I'm in mode 1, top speed. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Brake. Okay, it's not bad, I guess. We are in mode 2. I'm getting to top speed. Here we go. I'm at 20. Letting go. Brake. That was intense. So I thought that the acceleration and the brakes were pretty good. There is definitely a slight delay in the acceleration in the beginning from 0 to 10 or 0 to 20. For me personally, that delay was good because it gave me that split of a second opportunity to prepare my body for what's coming. Once it got through the first step in the acceleration, so after 4 or 5 miles per hour, whether it's 5 to 10 or 5 to 20, it was really, really fast. As for the brakes, like I said, they function really well. At around 10 or 12 miles per hour, I would pull the throttle all the way back to give it a quick stop. But once you hit 18 or 20 miles per hour, I think it gets a little bit scary to stop very quickly. So what I did was I kind of slowed it down just for a little bit and then hit the throttle back. Once you're at 15 or 14 miles per hour and under, you can definitely pull it back to a complete stop. The Caribou has regenerative braking, reducing the risk you'll fly over. In the remote options, you can change the braking system and lower its efficiency, but it comes set at 100%, and personally, I would keep it at that. Regardless, make sure you learn how to shift your weight back and use caution when braking. Now we're gonna look for a nice steep hill and just continue our trip until we run out of juice. Oh, and we need to test the top speed as well. We'll see about that. And it's time to check the top speed. Remember that anything that has to do with speed and range will depend on the road conditions, the incline, and your weight. So just take that into consideration. Without a lot of experience riding with a motor, this was a little scary, but I made it to a top speed of 28, 29 miles per hour, and the throttle wasn't quite all the way to the top. Remember, I'm about 115 pounds, but that was fast. I definitely think I need more riding time in order to get comfortable doing that for much longer than what I just showed you. Woo! The adrenaline is definitely kicking. Throughout the day, I was looking for a big, steep hill to test the Caribou on. And as I was heading home, I realized I had one just around where I live. In the specs, Outdoor Master claims the Caribou can climb up to 35% incline. This is not as steep, but it's long and definitely not something I would try without a motor. I got to about 12 or 13 miles per hour, so not super fast, but it made it without a problem. So here's how far the Caribou lasted. I'm at the end of the day and I rode a lot and continued and continued and continued until it died. And I reached roughly 30 miles, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Just remember that the battery will depend on the roads you're riding. If you're going fast or just cruising, halving can reduce the range and of course the rider's weight. And it's a beautiful day, about 72 degrees, so just take that into account. Batteries will definitely not perform the same in much colder or extreme heat conditions. So this is it, guys. My final verdict is that for a budget beginner electric skateboard, Outdoor Master did a really good job checking all the boxes. The board feels solid, good quality, has nice features, and definitely a lot of fun. And with the 15% discount code that you can find in the description below, that's a great deal. In any case, be safe out there, make sure you wear a helmet, and have a blast. See ya!